Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. The Chairman, Lagos State House of Assembly Committee on Science and Technology, Honorable Olanrewaju Afeni, thank you very much. Members of the Lagos State Executive Council that are here, particularly the Honorable Commissioner for Science and Tech, Mr. Akeem Pham, the Special Advisor to Mr. Governor on Innovation and Technology, Mr. Olatubosun Alake, members, Body of Permanent Secretary, present here, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology, Engineer Mrs. Ibilola Kasumu, Head of Government Agencies and parastatals that are here, our keynote speaker, the Managing Director, BD Task from Bangladesh, Mr. Tarek Shams. I hope I called it right. Thank you very much. The Chief Executive of Sterling Bank, Mr. Abubakar Sulaiman, Managing Director, Tony Blair Institute of Global Change, Mr. Rishon Shimboza, the founder, Eco Innovation Center and CEO, Azon Holdings, Mr. Victor Afolabi. Our lead discussants, Chief Executive Officer, African Teleperformance, Mr. Lars Chrysler Johansson, the Vice Chancellor, Covenant University, Professor Abiodun Adebayo, the former Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos, and Chairman, Lagos State Science, Research and Innovation Council, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundepe, founder of High Impact Careers and BTDT Up, Dr. Depo Awojide, esteemed plenary speakers, captains of industries, members, Award Advisory Council, and I've seen a lot of our students. Thank you very much for coming. Members of the Planning Committee of Art of Technology 4.0, invited guests, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Well, it is a great sense of purpose and excitement that I welcome you again to what is now one of the largest technology gatherings in Nigeria, the Art of Technology. We are deeply grateful for your participation and commitment to partner with us in having these relevant conversations, co-creating the strategy that will ultimately create value through technology in Lagos. In preceding AOT events, we have been able to foster value-creating contributions that have enabled a deeper and better collaborative relationship within the ecosystem. With 25,000 online and offline attendees registration this year, your participation has enabled this event to be one of the largest in Nigeria. The continuing success of this gathering is a testimony to the platform it provides to both public and private sector stakeholders to co-create and drive value in this ecosystem. We are particularly happy to see the growth of this ecosystem, which has experienced a lot of growth over the years. According to Startup Genome, Lagos is now the #1 technology startup ecosystem in Africa in terms of fund deployed. It is the #1 ecosystem in terms of performance and sheer numbers of startups creating values. Between 2019 and 2021, over 120% increase in venture capital inflow into Lagos was realized, resulting in $1.5 billion in venture capital funding in 2021 alone. We have records of over 2,000 startups creating and contributing value across fintech, agri-tech, construction, health, and so on, some of which SA has shown us tabularly. All of this points to an open and enabling environment for the growth and proliferation of entrepreneurial activity within the technology ecosystem. As was witnessed during the telecommunication boom of the early 2000s, Lagos has provided the central core of business and technological development in Nigeria for decades. Most technology and telecom firms in Nigeria, as we know, are headquartered in Lagos and do businesses in Lagos. The reason It's not because it's just Lagos, it's because the environment allows that to operate. The entrepreneurial environment and the open support for technology inform this administration's increased focus in innovation in a bid to drive value output for this ecosystem. Our administration contribution is evidenced in the different implementations and initiatives contained in Lagos State's first Innovation and Technology Master Plan, a plan which was launched during the first edition of the Art of Technology event showcase. The master plan contains multiple strategic pillars which cascade in multiple tactical initiatives. As shown by the special advisor, we were able to identify areas that need to grow: access, talent development, inclusion of male, female, and so on and so forth. Since the first AOT gathering, we have ignited the Lagos State Science, Research, and Innovation Council, a body consisting of private and public sector professionals tasked with intervening directly in the ecosystem through funding. The result to date has seen over 60 startups receive funding of between $5,000 and $12,000 in the past 2 years. This funding constituted some of the initial runway rounds for startups that have gone to raise millions of dollars in funding. Last week gave many of these startups their initial funding opportunities. In deepening internet penetration, we have concluded, as we've learned before, over 2,900 kilometers of fiber optic deployment across the state. This has connected, for us, some of our schools, about 100 of them. We have also partnered with some telcos and are using our installed fiber optic ducts to power their 5G base stations. As we all know, MTN launched its 5G service this year. The duct we have installed has further enabled significant de-risking for this telecommunication company in their infrastructure market. In the past 1 year alone, Lagos has attracted over $1 billion in data center investment. Kase Cloud is now in Lagos, African Data Center, and of course Equinox, which is the largest that just bought over Main One. Their data centers are now in Lagos. This will enable the local domicile of digital platform as well as open our state for more digital technology opportunities. The proliferation of all this investment also presents opportunities for talent development within this ecosystem. Our smart city implementation has seen us deploy over 600 smart intelligent video surveillance cameras, as well as intelligent transport cameras for traffic monitoring and management. Over the past year, through our initial ITS deployment, which is the Intelligent Traffic System deployment, leveraging our automatic number plate recognition cameras, monitoring of violation infraction has reduced the need for VIO in-person enforcement. This has gone down by 30%. Basically, in-person enforcement that usually leads to issues with officers are therefore reduced. This implementation, of course, continues. We are also reinvigorating our identity management program through our Lagos State Residence Registration Agency that will seek to identify all our inhabitants. Current projection state that Lagos State will have 30 million inhabitants by 2035. It is therefore imperative to drive the identity management ecosystem for a smarter city. This will lend to more efficient resource allocation and planning for our state. LASRA has undergone a fundamental restructuring of its operating model with a new digital identification card with capabilities that enable access to benefits, electronic ticketing, and so on. It further drives digital inclusion benchmark for Lagos. Currently, about 6.5 million residents have been captured. We are targeting another 10 million within the next year. So if you don't have your LASRA, if you've not registered, please go and do. It's to allow the state to plan based on locations. How many students do we have in location A? How many people do we attend our hospitals in location B? It is the only way we can plan. In education, through the Excel project, we are digitizing the learning experience for both teachers and students. Through the introduction of smart devices and experiences, the Eco-Excel project seeks to raise learning outcomes in students by multiple percentage points. Currently, the Ministry of Education is running new comprehensive school curriculum in about 100 schools. The curriculum contains new subjects such as data courses in coding and robotics. This is with the aim to drive more industry standard learning experience from a younger age. Through our Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, we have funded the digital skills training intervention for more than 4,000 beneficiaries. Courses include data marketing, coding, and other innovation courses. These digital skills training are needed capacity interventions that lend positively to the development of the tech ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, the aforementioned initiatives and many more are testimony to the increasing support and enablement from this administration of the ecosystem for challenge is training those people that will fill those 5 million. And Lagos will be an essential part of that. So we hope that today and tomorrow we contribute to a turning point in the talent conversation in our environment. So to assist us, we will listen to views and opinions from those that are active participants in the ecosystem. We've listened to Mr. Tariq about the initiative in Bangladesh, where they train 1 million developers, and those developers don't pay taxes. They said until 2024, about 5-6 years ago it started. And they also went ahead to say, if you stay in Bangladesh, we will, apart from not paying taxes, we will also give you 10% of whatever your salary is. So it will keep you. And those are part of the initiative that the Renew Hope intends to use if APC actually comes to government at the federal level. It's important that, it's very, very important that we understand and learn from people that have done it well. There is no need to, but it's not that we must just put out statistics. The question is, how do you want to do it? How do you want to do it? So we've shown here in Lagos where our secondary school students, primary school students are actually coding. So we must replicate that across the country so that young people who are interested and can actually participate in this process. And I know for sure there are young tech guys in Lagos that are working for 3 companies. Can I say that again? Tech guys that are working for 3 companies because they have the skills, they have the talent, and therefore companies need them. They don't need to be there. They send their projects to you, you do the code, you submit it, you make your money. So if we are able to push this narrative in Lagos nationally, then unemployment will actually crash. So let's make it happen. So we look forward to your participation and contribution. I thank you for listening. God bless you all. Thank you very much.